Good evening. Welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show that separates the truth from the twaddle. On Lee Mack's team tonight, he is comedy royalty. It's Harry Hill. And she won the Euros, she won the Jungle, she's the one and only Jill Scott. And on David Mitchell's team tonight, he's a musician, artist, and like me, a style icon. It's Kojey Radical. And she's here to sort your life out, Stacey Solomon. We begin with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists read out a statement from the card in front of them. To make things harder, they've never seen the card before. They've no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. Stacey is first tonight.
Oh, God. OK. I nearly broke up with my husband while he was trying to propose to me.
Please, team.
Well, this show's taken a turn, hasn't it?
We all know, but you're married to the mighty Joe Swash.
Oh, he is mighty.
Yeah.
A mighty pain in my... No, I'm joking.
First of all, when was this?
It was a Christmas Eve, and I actually couldn't tell you the year. That's terrible, isn't it? Oh, that's right, it was lockdown. It was lockdown, and we were in the house, and we used to go for our daily walk.
Yeah.
So we'd go to the woods by our house, right?
Hey, steady now. This is not loose women.
And this one day on Christmas Eve, while I was in the thick of being really busy, he was like, we've got to go on our daily woods walk. And I was like, can't that wait? We can do it tomorrow. It's Christmas Eve. Yeah. But anyway, we went on a walk, and through the woods there was, like, all these flowers laid out. So I said, I think someone has passed.
Oh, you mean laid out in cellophane?
Laid out like these faux white, beautiful flowers all across the woods.
Right.
And then he said, let's go and have a look. I said, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, I'm not walking through that. And he was like, no, come on, let's just get a closer look at it. I was like, you are actually disgusting.
If this is a lie, there's a hell of a lot of detail.
He kept saying, we've got to go and have a look, like he was being really nosy about somebody else's, like, terrible thing that had happened. And then I said to him, like, I don't know if I can be with a person like you who just... who gets off on someone else's misfortune. So I went over with him reluctantly and was expecting a shrine of some kind. But it wasn't a shrine. It was Joe had put the flowers out to propose to me on.
Was there anything written in the flowers, or he got down on his knee?
No, I think his mistake was not having anything written in it, because if it had said marry me, I'd have got it straight away.
It's quite a lot of flowers to write out.
You wouldn't have been able to see that from a distance, would you?
Well, it could be a big one, couldn't it? Like what they put in a funeral car.
Yeah, a funeral florist, they'd be glad of a more upbeat commission. No, something positive.
It was actually a commemoration to Mary Mia, and he just changed the letters quickly.
So he got down on one knee, and I was like, oh, sugar. Like, we'd had a full-blown row on the way to this proposal, and I genuinely, it was hit and miss. And I did say yes in the end, obviously.
Well, of course, it was lockdown. You weren't going to meet anyone else.
Well, exactly.
What about your family? How did they react?
My dad actually was hidden in the bushes with a camera.
Joe had contacted your dad and said, hide in the bushes.
No, he was there by chance.
What time of day?
Four-ish.
Well, hang on. It's getting dark, right?
Yes, it was dusky.
So he's asking you to walk in the woods when it's... Why hasn't he used an earlier time to get a good photograph?
I think because I moaned so much about going on this walk.
I'm just thinking about your dad. How long was he lurking in the bushes for?
If it was dark, was your dad able to flash the camera?
Now, I think you knew what you were doing there, Jill. And we're not at home to smut an innuendo on this show. What do you reckon, Jill? Is she telling the truth?
I think sometimes when you're telling a lie, you over-elaborate a bit.
Oh, you splurge too much information.
Yeah.
Harry?
I think it's a lie. I think if you were going to do that, you'd wait for Christmas Day, wouldn't you?
I think it's a close one, but a lie, I think.
Yeah, it's not easy having first-time guests on.
Do people come on twice?
Well, not this time, they won't. I'm joking. Something telling me this might be the truth, but I think I'll go with my team and say, yeah, she's just made up that story. I mean, bearing in mind, we only asked one question and off she went.
If this is a lie, I'm going to put it in for an Academy Award.
Stacey Solomon, were you telling us the truth or were you telling us a lie?
It was true.
No way!
Yes, it's true. Stacey did nearly break up with her husband mid-proposal. Jill, you're next.
OK, here we go. I was sick into the FA Cup.
Yeah? David's team.
Were you?
For the love of God, say yes.
I actually was.
That's a very good follow-up question. Under what circumstances?
So, basically, we just won the FA Cup, and then people do that thing where they pour the champagne into the FA Cup.
Who is we, Jill?
Manchester City.
Manchester City,
yeah,
right,
Manchester City. I take a sip of this champagne stuff, and I brought it back up into the FA Cup.
Did they sing a song like, we like to drink with Jill?
Because Jill is our mate. And when we drink with Jill, she dance or drinking 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yeah! And then and then I was sick, yeah. Are we the only two that go out?
Yeah, I've never heard that song.
That's also new to me.
I've never heard that in my life.
Well, you know what the worst thing was?
The person who got the second swig.
I didn't tell the girls.
Oh.
I know, because then they were passing it round.
This wasn't a full vomit. This was
No.
more like a short-term regurgitation.
Yeah, but I was a bit sick.
Did it go down the wrong hole?
No, it definitely went down the right hole.
I think the part that makes me suspicious is I believe Jill was a really nice person and she'd be like, oh, I've just puked in that.
Is that your definition of a nice person?
What do you reckon, Kojey?
I reckon you did it.
It's like the end of EastEnders.
You think lie? So it's up to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that's true.
Jill, was it true? They think it was, or was it a lie?
So it was a lie.
Yes, it was a lie. Jill wasn't sick into the FA Cup. Harry, you're next.
When I was a doctor, I accidentally sent 2 patients for procedures they didn't need because I'd got their forms mixed up.
Oh, so each other's form.
The test that they needed, I put the wrong one on the wrong person.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Because, in fact, you've rather understated your crime, because not only did you give them tests...
Crime is a very strong word.
I'll commute that to act of gross professional misconduct.
Yes. It was a very different time, David.
How long ago was this?
Well, I wasn't a doctor for long.
No. Probably for the best.
What kind of doctor were you?
I was a junior doctor. I would get patients ready for the operation and I would assist the surgeon with the operation.
What tests were they?
There were 2 patients and one required an X-ray of their neck.
Right.
And then the other one required a barium enema.
A what? What's a barium enema?
So that is where you squirt a radio-opaque dye into the anus, I'll say the word.
Were you like this as a doctor? I'll say the word. Anus.
One of them had a barium enema they didn't need, but also didn't have the neck X-ray they did need.
I then had to sort of correct that. So they ended up having 2 tests each instead of 1.
Well, hold on. Someone went in, right, for a neck X-ray and happily laid down and had an enema. Just because it said it on the
That
sheet.
is a hell of a blockage.
I never used the word happily.
How did they not question that? Did they not say...
Well, they wouldn't have understood a technical phrase like neck X-ray. They'd have no idea what that means.
The lady who required the neck X-ray and got the barium enema said to me she was impressed at how thorough I'd been.
Did it help, these extra tests? Did you find anything up this lady's bum or this man? That could have saved them in the future?
Now, fortunately, those were the normal. They were normal
So
tests.
neck lady
That
had a perfectly healthy bottom, and bottom guy's neck was A-OK.
Did you, at any stage, come clean to these patient A and patient B?
Of course not.
All right, what are you thinking, then?
That's
Kojey.
impossible, man. I can't go for a neck X-ray and get something in my bum. Crazy.
Stacey.
I couldn't tell you what it was like in those days.
No, exactly. Exactly, Stacey. It was a different time.
What
it was
year?
a different time.
What year?
This would have been 1988.
What was it like then?
It was a different time, you know. But yes, I think doctors carry a lot of authority.
Yeah. And who do you complain to? You know how difficult it is to get to see a doctor at all.
Yeah, they won't want to see you again if you just complain.
You don't want to be known as a pain in the arse or a pain in the neck, do you?
All right, so what are we going to say, David?
I think it could have happened, but equally...
Really?
Yeah.
God, well, honestly, I fear for people who grew up in that time.
If you two are both convinced it's a lie, I won't overrule you, because it definitely might be a lie.
All right, then. So, Harry, was it true or was it a lie?
It was... true.
Yes, it's true. Harry did send 2 patients for procedures they didn't need. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So, please welcome this week's special guest, Adam. So, Jill, what is Adam to you?
So this is Adam, and when he sold me a car, he actually gave me £1,000 off if I did some football skills.
Harry, how do you know Adam?
This is Adam, and together we set up a business selling homemade explosives.
And finally, Lee, what is your relationship with Adam?
This is Adam. I had him disqualified from a knobbly knees competition after discovering he was using bulldog clips on the back of his knees.
So there we have it. David's team, where will you begin?
Jill, £1,000 off a car. What was the car?
A Mercedes A-Class.
How much was it?
So I had a budget of £20,000 and it was 21.
When was it, Jill? Is this a recent thing?
2016. I use Adam quite a lot for cars, and then basically I looked at him like, come on, Adam, do us a bit of a deal. He sought out all the Man City girls through me. So basically he was like, right, if you get this ball in this boot of a car, I'll give you £1,000 off, but can I video it for the Mercedes promotion?
£1,000 to do an advert for Mercedes?
Yeah.
You've been had.
This is quite like a Mercedes advert now, isn't it? BMW, Vauxhall, Skoda, Jaguar, Land Rover, Volkswagen and Audi. There we are.
Pogo sticks, milk floats, buses. Just wanted to use all transport, so I don't want anyone missing out.
Penny farthing, waiting for a tectonic plate to move underneath you.
That's the review for this show, isn't it?
Are you a car guy, Kojey?
Electric cars, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
David doesn't even drive, Kojey.
Yeah, I know, you told me earlier.
Do you not?
No.
How do you get around?
Literally just wait for a tectonic plate to move. Hop straight onto it.
Did he not just offer you it for 20 if you brought all the girls in for the team?
I know.
And you kept buying cars off him for the last 10 years and he still made you do something?
He's a bit stingy, I'm not going to lie.
This is true, I'm not happy.
He was trying to get us... He was trying to get us to bring David Silver in for ages. I brought all the girls in and he wanted one of the male
And it
players.
wasn't enough.
Oh, what
No,
a
wasn't enough.
misogynist he is.
Yeah. No, he is a great guy, though.
No, I don't think he is.
No,
Not the
he
way
is.
you're describing him.
One thing I will say before we move on, she was reluctant to slag Adam off, which is often a sign that she genuinely knows him.
And I am due a new car, so...
Well, if you do know him, Jill, what's his surname?
Lowe, but with an E. L-O-W-E.
Adam Lowe.
Yeah.
OK.
L-O-W-E.
You're going to write
Harry,
it? Looks like you're going to write it down.
What's this? I thought about it, but, you know, then I realised...
You don't need a car.
Yeah. So, Harry, what's his surname?
Starkey.
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 No further questions. So, sorry, a homemade explosives business. What,
Yeah.
When was this?
Well, this was some time ago, and
Was it for the war?
it wasn't for the war. I'm not that old, Stacey, for crying out loud.
Were you a child?
I was about 11.
Yeah. So, yes.
Who were you mixing with at 11?
Well, Adam Starkey.
Bit of a pause before Starkey, though, wasn't it?
There were three of us initially. Patrick.
One of them died.
And no. No, business got so lively that we had to take on a fourth person. Neil.
OK, so it's Neil, Patrick, Adam, and... Sorry, what... Can you give us any clue as to the nature of the explosives?
Yeah, so it was fireworks. We made small explosives and fireworks, yeah, to sell to children.
How did you learn to make fireworks?
Adam Starkey told me. You couldn't find stuff out back then, but somehow we managed to find the recipe for gunpowder.
In a library? Or...
It would have been...
From his mate Guy. It was a long time ago.
It would have been in a book.
How did you obtain the ingredients for gunpowder?
Well, two of the ingredients, you could buy them from the chemist, and there was a chemist in Staplehurst, where I grew up. Hi, everyone. And big up to the Medway posse. And so we could get our hands on two of the ingredients.
And then there's the other ingredient you can't so easily obtain.
Patrick's auntie got hold of it.
Did you grow up in a wealthy area? Like, how did you buy these ingredients? Had you had a business prior that you'd saved up from and you were able to invest into the new business? Or...
I'm looking for £50,000 for 10%. No, we had jobs. You know, I had a job anyway.
At 11?
Yeah.
What was your job?
Road sweeping.
Who was your, main customer?
I was 11, so, our target would be 10-year-olds.
And
And how much money did you make?
Well, we made about £1. Hang on.
But back then, that was like £1,000.
It was about 1,000.
What about Lee?
OK.
Remind us, Lee, of your claim.
This is Adam Lowe Starkey, double-barrelled. I got him disqualified from a knobbly knees contest when I discovered he was using bulldog clips on the back of his legs.
Where did you place?
Well, I was second and he was first. I was going to let it go, but because I was second and he was first and he was cheating, I thought I'd make an issue of it.
Where was this, Lee? Where was this?
Between the waist and the feet.
Where was the contest taking place?
My daughter's school.
Oh.
Hang on. I haven't got a daughter.
Your daughter's school held a knobbly knees competition. Why?
A word that you don't get involved with, David. Fun.
Was there a particular occasion that it was part of, or was
School
it...
fete.
School fete.
Just the usual thing, tombolas, coconut shies, knobbly knees. It was an old school theme.
How many entered the knobbly knees competition?
There were, I think, about 8, so 16 knees in total.
OK.
No, 15. There was a guy that used to be a pirate.
Describe how it happens. I've never been to
Well, he was fighting, trying to get some gold from a ship. And they attacked him, and he wasn't having it, and they cut his leg off.
No, the knobbly knees competition.
Sorry. So we're all lined up, and they said third place was Sheila or whatever, second place Lee.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine. First place is
Adam.
Adam.
Who had judged it, by the way?
The children.
The children. Which children?
7 children. Do you need their names?
No, but how were they selected?
I'd say randomly.
But how do 7 children judge a knobbly knee competition? Because they all have to agree. There's got to be a third place, second place, first place. There's 7 children have to... How is this organised? This is a nightmare. It was 7 children.
7 children. It might not have been 7.
It might not have been 7. All right,
Well,
I asked. The simple
I was
question.
guessing 7 because one of them looked happy, one was a bit grumpy. Roughly 7. Why are you so obsessed with the
Who
judging?
was announcing?
He had bulldog clips on the back of his legs. Why are you worried about the admin?
Who was saying who won?
The 7 kids got
But
together
in chorus,
in the
all speaking at once, like they're possessed. Who said, in third place, Sheila? Who said it?
The teacher.
The teacher. Which teacher?
You were sent an email about this. You're not allowed to treat me like this anymore. You promised. I went to HR about this. Stop.
All right, well, we
You
need...
have some emotion. Anything.
All right, we need an answer. So, David's team. Is Adam Jill's stunned salesman, Harry's mischievous mate, or Lee's crafty competitor?
Well...
He looks like he could be a car salesman.
Although if we say that, then there's a lot of time we wasted talking about knees and explosives.
I'd be actually a bit disappointed if he's a car salesman, and I think you could get better deals elsewhere.
I've been getting my cars off him for 10 years.
Well, he's laughing all the way to the bank, Jill.
He hasn't laughed once, to be
What do you think?
I feel like the most believable story is Jill's.
I think the most believable story is Harry.
Well, why don't you split the difference?
Because no one's got knees baggy enough for a bulldog clip.
And that's your trailer.
Feel the back of your knee and just have a think about that for a second.
I could absolutely get a bulldog clip round it.
OK, let's make a decision.
OK, are you sticking with Jill?
Yeah.
You're sticking with Harry?
Yeah, because, yeah.
We're going Jill.
You're saying it's Jill, the discount...
Well, I've got to go with one or the other. Or we could go Lee.
Twice, and with the other 0 times.
Did you feel I've gone with your opinion less often?
Well, you have. I don't feel it. It's a fact.
Is it a fact? You're quite right. You're quite right. We're going with Harry. And all I'm going to say is it had better be him.
Adam, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Adam Starkey, and Harry and I set up a homemade explosion.
Adam is Harry's mischievous mate.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Adam.
My oldest friend.
Which brings us to our final round, quickfire lies, and we start with... It's Kojey.
I have diagnosed myself as suffering from a condition I call HPS.
Right, Lee's team.
So, the obvious question, what does HPS stand for?
Heavy pelvis syndrome.
Heavy pelvis syndrome? Are you showing off? Can you describe the symptoms?
I can't swim.
Right.
Because your pelvis is too heavy.
Bingo. Which is why I feel like this is cheeky, because it's like, I do suffer from this. Do you know what I mean? It's not self-diagnosed, it's just diagnosed.
Whoa. It's been diagnosed by a doctor?
I'm getting a doctorate soon, so...
Yeah, I've got one of them. They count for nothing.
No. Don't ruin this for
Trust me, I've done it. If they say on a plane, if we got a doctor here and you put your hands up, you're in for a whole world of pain. Did you try swimming when you were younger, as a child?
I've drowned a few times, yeah.
Well, you haven't, have you?
Nearly drowned 3 times as a result of HPS.
When was the first time?
I'm in the pool, I'm in the middle, and I've got a decision to make. I could either walk back to the shallow end stairs, or walk towards the deep end. And as I start to stroll, I feel like an alarming amount of weight from my pelvis.
How would you weigh the pelvis?
It's not about how I weigh the pelvis, it's about how the pelvis weighs me down.
But if you lie flat on the floor and we were to lift your pelvis, would we feel the weight?
Yeah,
You want to lift me by my pelvis? Come, darling.
Come on, then. If you could lie flat on the ground there, please, sir.
Well, put your knees up.
1 second, you gotta help me down.
Got to help you down. Watch the belt. Boom! I'll tell you what, that's a heavy pelvis.
Put your knees up.
I think that maybe we should have a doctor in attendance.
Yep.
But then if he puts his feet flat, we'll feel the weight of the pelvis, won't we?
Yeah, but he won't be able to lift. Just relax.
Yeah, it's not.
Is it heavy?
It's quite a heavy pelvis, but I think he might be forcing it down.
Help me up.
You need to compare it to another pelvis, really. You!
Harry, you've had a chance to examine the patient. What would you recommend?
Well, I think you just need some swimming lessons.
What's it going to be?
You say true?
It's made up, of course it is. It's a lie.
I'll go with Jill. We'll say
You're
it's
gonna say
true.
that that's
But I
true?
would like to point out, I don't think he's got it.
Right.
I think he believes he's got it.
Okay.
Kojey, truth or lie?
HPS is a real syndrome, and it's true.
He did think a bit too quick.
It's true. Kojey has diagnosed himself with HPS. That noise signals time is up. It's the end of the show. And I can reveal that David's team has 2 points and Lee's team have 3. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Your hand in mine, we've got the night and endless time. Whisper my name, soft gentle touch, my heart's aflame. Love you so much, and this love burning bright like the moon in the night. Endless love, you and me, together eternally. Every moment feels so right, lost in your eyes every night. No need to speak, just hold me tight. In this endless love, still alive.